What to do, everybody? Fate here, and oh my god, T2, T2, T2 this, T2 that, Talandre this, when is Talandre? Oh my god! Alright, so some of you may have clicked the video hoping to know the date of actual tier 2 when we're getting Talandre. I got bad news for you. Nobody knows. And it's kind of annoying at this point seeing all these people say, oh, we're going to get it Q1. Oh, we're going to get it at the end of January. We're going to get it there. Nobody knows. People keep using Korean patch notes. They keep using the Korean roadmap, which I'll have on screen, to guess when we're going to get some of this stuff. And while some of it can be used for that, you can use it as, oh, we're going to get this at some point. But the dates that they have on these things, I wouldn't trust really at all. Yes, we got Spear the same time as Korea did, about 2 days afterwards due to different patch days. Is it possible we're going to get the Mastery overhaul in January the same time Korea does? It's possible. However, AGS, the publisher for the global or North American version of this game, hasn't communicated anything to us regarding any of these updates that Korea is pushing out. They haven't really updated us on where the game is currently to gauge when we would be getting Talandre. Originally, they did state that depending on how our version of the game progresses, how quickly players get through things, stuff like that, that they will either push content out quicker or slower. But since then, they haven't said anything. The last kind of info we got from anyone at AGS was back in December during Christmas-ish time, where Tico put out his little letter going over the retrospect for the year, where they were, how they felt about the game, things like that, and some of the stuff that they believe need reworked or looked into, the business of the game, the day-to-day, stuff like that. Personally, I'm on the side of they need to start matching up the versions. Not for the content. I'm not here wanting content immediately because I have nothing to do. Do I have things to do right now? Debatable. Do I want more things? Sure, just like everybody else. The issue I have is every single patch, for the most part, breaks something. I don't know how they are patching this game, if they are using Korean patches and then altering bits of code to mix and match things that we have and don't have. But if you've been playing the game and have been noticing these things, it's obvious. Every time they do a patch, we have a feature that doesn't work, that is supposed to be for the Talandre update, but it's in our version and we can't use it, and then they have to remove it, or some features get rolled back, like this recent one with the PvP trinket and the cooking with the different grades. It's just a mess. And the reason why I want them versions to match up is hopefully whenever they do a patch, we don't have to deal with the game being broken for a couple of days waiting for them to fix it. For those of you who haven't seen the Korean roadmap, I'll again have that on screen for you. They did post this during their, I believe it was sometime in December, November-ish months, where they were planning out the rest of the year in Korea. It did indicate that Spear would be coming out in December. We would be getting a mastery, or sorry, let me rephrase that since I am making a big fuss about it, that they would be getting a mastery rework in January, some solo dungeon content in February, a inner server siege, like the castle siege we currently have, but you can siege between servers to possibly, hopefully boost player participation, things like that in March. And then in April, a 12-man raid of some sort. Now, out of all of this, the only two things out of this entire roadmap that, well, 3, but I don't really count Spear since it's past that point right now, would be the Mastery rework and the Inner Server Sieges. These two don't require the Talandre update. They don't require the level 55 upgrade at all. So we could, don't know if we are or when, but we could see these two implemented at the same or roughly similar times that Korea would get it. However, the other features, the solo player dungeon and the raid, unfortunately, these are things that require the Talandre update. This is content in those areas for that level, for that combat power. It doesn't make sense for them to scale this down, adjust the loot, rework it just for our tier 1 gear, and then have to redo everything for tier 2 and Talandre when it comes out. It just doesn't make any sense. I know some of you were hoping for better, more concrete news on all this, but unfortunately that ball is in AGS's court. They need to come out with their own roadmap like NCSoft did for Korea for our global version and let us know what the plan is for the game. And I'm hoping that whoever does write out that roadmap is accurate in how they explain things, because as some of us have seen, some of the communication that AGS has put out hasn't been very good. It hasn't been transparent enough. It hasn't been accurate, really, as we could tell when they try to explain how the loot system works, and people hit back with screenshots with proof contradicting what they have said with how loot is functioning. For those of you who like the game and want to keep playing the game and don't want to put it on pause to wait for an update if you've already done everything you needed to do, there is a kind of tier 2 preparation guide out there on things you could do, such as blessing stacking, which I'll throw up on screen for those of you that care. This will potentially allow you to stack enough blessing so when tier 2 gear comes out, you can dump a bunch of blessing into them and max out their traits within a very short amount of time. With how contribution works and how the loot works in this game, this may give you a leg up. It may allow you to get higher contribution on some of these new bosses and these new events that will allow you to acquire some of the new loot a bit quicker than other people. Overall, it's not too impactful if you're a casual or a mid-casual player. It's really, if you're really sweaty about it, then you're in some top guild who's out here trying to control places, boonstones, riftstones, stages, whatever, trying to be top ranked in arena. You could go for it if you want. Neither here or there to me, honestly. But for those of you who care, it's on the screen. And I know some of you will say, hey, Fate, you didn't provide us any new information. This video was useless. I was hoping you would tell us when T2 was. The point of the video was to just calm people down, temper expectation, and just let them know, hey, you can take a break from the game, go play other things. There are other games coming out this month, next month, throughout the year. You can take a break from Throne and Liberty. And if by some chance somebody from AGS watches this, doubt they will, hopefully they understand that we do need some more information. We do need transparency on where this game is going. That's all I wanted to do here. As always, folks, this was Fate. If you enjoyed the video, leave it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.